Hello there, Pat Minner here. I have struggled to keep hawk handles tight most of my entire competition time that I started back in the mid-90s, and I have tried every method in the world, but in studying it really in depth in the last 7 months, I've come to a conclusion that, and a method that is my method. I'm just going to do it because it sure makes a lot of sense. Some folks say that just hammer the head on with a hammer and cut it the length you want, and if it comes loose, it comes loose. Just tap it on the ground. Next time you throw, it pops loose or the handle goes flying, and that's a-okay with them. It's not okay with me. I want a secure handle, but on the other hand, I don't want it so secure that I got to put a torch to it to burn the old handle out if I want to make it longer. In my research in the last 7 months, I've experimented with all different lengths of tomahawks. I've even gone down as far as a 9-inch overall tomahawk length. Now, if I'm going to do that, and if I've got one hawk head that I really like, and I custom built it, modified it, didn't build it, got it from cold steel. I did do my modifications to it, made it flat edge, so forth and so on. You know the story if you've watched any of my videos. I've done several on tomahawks. And what I wanted to do is make it easy to just drop the handle off and maybe go 1 inch longer or 2 inches longer, whatever, without having the hawk head come loose. So what I've discovered, and this is a lot of years of championship hawk throwing, and several of the last years of really struggling with the tomahawk. I could have won many mountain man challenges if my tomahawk hadn't let me down. But what I've done is in a cold steel tomahawk, there's a screw that comes with the hawk, and that screw is very, very short. It's a 6mm, but it's also very short. So I replaced it with a 6x10, and that was about a year ago. And the 6x10, every once in a while I'd have to tighten the screw up a little bit. That's easy. You carry a an Allen wrench in your knife bag, and you just check it and tighten it up. Well, that worked pretty good for a while, but I still got people saying my hawk head's coming loose, so I put a strip of duct tape around where I thought the hawk head was going to go to the end, and then I hammered on the handle really good. And the duct tape is really a good holder between the wood handle and the metal head. And then I just tighten the 6x10 down. Of 7 months of constant throwing with the 6x10, I finally was able to screw it all the way down to a point where I thought it was going to go beyond the threads, and then I'd have a problem. So today I made that long, dangerous trip to my hometown where they have an Ace Hardware, which is my favorite hardware store in the world, and got me a 6x12. And so I didn't even replace the duct tape. I just screwed the 6x12 in, and as you can see, it's sticking out a little bit. Does that bother anybody? Doesn't bother me. Eventually, that 6x12 will go down into the threads pretty far. So my last change will probably be a 6mm by 13 down into the hole, and then I'll probably replace the handle. This is the same handle I've been using for 8-9 months, and so, well, I'm sorry, not 8-9 months, at least, well, maybe 8 months. And I just had to replace the screw one time. Now it comes with a very short metric 6mm from the factory, and I just went ahead and replaced it with a 6x10. The original one will work for several months. And then you go to the 6x10, then 6x12, and then 6x16, which is probably 2 or 3 years. Then I'll just replace the handle, which I hate doing. But to replace the handle, all I got to do is back the screw out, tap it off of there, and put a new handle in, and decorate it how I want to decorate it. But that's my method of dealing with the tomahawk. I know it's designed originally to just come loose, but you know, in competition, that bothers me. So it will not come loose now. I've got the 6x12 in, and it's good and tight, and it's not going anywhere. So throw away. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you get something out of this. And disagree or agree, it's not my concern. It's what I do, and it works for me. Thank you.